What's up, everybody? This is Major coming at you with another cool video. I'm speaking fast because I got to get this video done quickly. I don't want to do any more 55-minute videos. That's a joke, but the last one went on for about 30. It went on quite a while. I'm glad y'all liked it. I'm glad you got some information out of it. I can tell because of the responses. Great. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave some comments below. This video is about IDs and credentials, IDs and certification. Those are your credentials. If you don't have any, you need to get some. Yes, we're going into more trying times. You guys know, I don't have to tell you. Authorities show up with the uniform and the badge and the ID. You pay attention, right? Don't you think you need that for yourself? If you had to travel from point A to point B and there was a roadblock and the only thing they were letting through was people with credentials or IDs that need to go through, would you have an ID or a credential that would allow you to get through? I'm hearing crickets in the background. Sounds like no. All right, good. You have an ID card possibly for the job you work at. You use it, scan it, it opens the door. That's what IDs are for, to open doors. Okay, so let's get on with it. Why am I talking about this from a prepper point of view? Because you got to be prepped in all areas. Movement is key to survival. I'm going to repeat that. Movement is key to survival. One, don't put all your prep somewhere and think you're going to hold down the fort there and that's going to be the end of it. You may have to move. There could be a factory that has a fire and explodes and had hazardous chemicals in it. There's a big smoke plume moving your way, plume of toxic chemicals, and they got to evacuate your area. What you going to do with all of those preps? Do you have it in your, do you have some in your vehicles? Do you have a trailer you can hook up and roll out real quick? Do you have a couple of go bags with 1 week's worth of food, water, and stuff? Do you keep that stuff in your trunk? So, movement is critical. In the times that we're rolling into, nothing's off the table. Absolutely nothing. Today, it could be, yo, how much did you make in cryptocurrency? Tomorrow, it could be panic in the markets. You just don't know what's going to happen. That's what the process is. De-evolutionary process. Psychological processes they're throwing on the masses are you don't know what's going to happen. You went from kind of knowing you was going to be broke tomorrow. Now you don't know if you are even going to be broke. You went from kind of knowing, yo, I'm going to make this money now. Now you don't know. So let's get into it real quick. Like I said, I want this video to be, let's see, we're at 2 minutes already. I'm going to try to chop this down. Why do you need, as a prepper or a prepper-minded individual, ID that gives you authorization to move or certification? Because if y'all remember, when COVID hit, everybody kind of got shocked. Like, what the hell just happened, right? Stay at home. Okay, stay at home orders. Oh, this is serious. We need to pay attention. Everybody stayed at home. They shut down, who knows, 70% of movement would just stay at home. Okay, companies complied. Everybody was complying. So, you notice if you had to go to the store or something, you may have some friends that still had work to do. Maybe they're working on construction sites over here, critical infrastructure stuff, whatever. They had to have a piece of paper from their employer that stated they can move about. Do y'all remember that? I know in America we forget real quick things that just happened and then we act like everything is cool again. So look, you had to have a piece of paper from Walmart if you worked at the warehouse that said that you were permitted to travel. They had police officers on the streets checking you at certain places. Are you supposed to be moving about? If not, you got to go back. This is what they were doing. I have friends that call me, yo, you know they out here. I got my paper from Walmart, but dang, if I didn't have that, I couldn't even get to work. I couldn't get to the job. That's crazy, right? That was a credential. That was the credentialing process they put in place to keep you from either moving or not. So what I'm saying to you is, in times of crisis, IDs are going to be paramount. Now, I'm going to show y'all a couple of certs real quick. I could show you my big book of certs, which is this one. I keep everything in, right? This is so that, one, I can keep up with all my certificates. Two, so I can verify that I have this training. So if I told you I was a let's see, if I told you I was an NRA instructor, then you could easily say Major Gardner. If you're an NRA instructor, show me your certificate. If I couldn't do this, right? NRA, National Rifle Association instructor. If I couldn't do that, then I'm not an instructor. If I couldn't show you, let's see, if I said, okay, I'm a taser instructor, that means I'm certified to teach people how to operate a taser. Y'all know the tasers the police officers use, X26, the old M26, so on and so forth. Taser instructor, Major Gardner instructor. Okay. This is why certifications carry a lot of weight. Now, let me show you something that you can do. You might not want to be a taser instructor. And by the way, a taser instructor cert is not going to get you through a roadblock. It's just not. Something that says police, sheriff's department, may. The other level above that would be government level, the federal level. So I'm going to show you a series of certificates that I've acquired. These are over 10, 12 years old. These are certificates that allow me movement through a crisis situation. Because if you get certified in any type of emergency management training, you will get a certificate from that organization that states that that's the case. Why is this important? Because, for one, this one, for example, is from FEMA. The Emergency Management Institute is the organization that you want to look up to do your training through. They have training courses. They have a roster of training, big menu of training. You can go check out and you can take yourself. Once you take one of these courses, it's going to certify you for that particular field. So, for example, this one is Critical Infrastructure and Key Resource Annex. That training was about protecting critical infrastructure. And I'm going to read to you what they put on a certificate to prove to you that this credential allows me access to certain situations that can happen out there, especially when the federal government is involved. And not that I'm not an employee of the federal government. I never have been, never really want to be. That's not my thing. I'm not contracted by them or through them for any type of service. I don't have authorization as an employee or as anything else. I have authorization as a volunteer, but I'm going to show you what the certification actually authorizes me for. So give me just a second. So this one, terrorism awareness and emergency first responders. This is some stuff you just need anyway, so you know what's going on. This is how agencies are going to respond to disasters. When you take this training, you start learning all of the ways they're going to communicate, the command structure, how everything is passed from this person to that person based on who they are and what their level is in the emergency management chain of command. Take one of these courses. Sometimes they're free. You don't have to be a federal employee, government employee. You can get on this website. You see this name up here? Texas Engineering Extension Service. You can get on there. If they have paid courses, take it. If it's free, take it. Download the certificate. Boom, you're certified. Okay. This one, you don't need to see that one. That's New Mexico Tech. That was another one. It's kind of cool, but it has no government affiliation. But it did help me do some work for a school before, because this was understanding and planning for school bomb incidents. Okay. This one, another one, FEMA, Federal Emergency Agency, or Federal Emergency Management Agency. I'm talking so fast I can't even pronounce the words. Here's another one. This is for information risk management. Okay. This one is for basic EMS concepts for WMD incidents. That's weapons of mass destruction. So these courses I took, that was that's 12 years ago, 2010. Certification, authorization, still good. I'm about to show you how and why and what it's used for. You see these insignias over here? These are all government agency insignias on my certificates. Okay. The agency that does the training is this one, the bottom one. FEMA, if FEMA is on your certificate, FEMA is a big name out there as far as emergency management activity. So this is who everybody's going to be listening to if there's a serious disaster out here in America, like nationwide, East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, some big thing. It's going to be FEMA, FEMA, FEMA. They're at the top of the chain of command for response, okay? So they're going to be on scene for sure. Now, how this works is if you read this certificate with me, I'm going to show you how it ties into the ID part so that you can move around. So this certificate from FEMA, it's not from me, it's from FEMA. It's not from 7-Eleven or Quick Trip. This is FEMA. That's a government agency. So they're certifying you, if you take the class, or me, in this case, for that I achieved this, and that is to acknowledge that me, Major Gardner, has reaffirmed a dedication to serve in times of crisis through continued professional development and completion of the independent study course. This one right here, Critical Infrastructure and Key Resources Support Annex. Now, you see what the caption just said. It states who I am. This is a legal document, who I am, what I'm certified for, and in times of crisis, I'm dedicated to serve. FEMA gave me authorization to serve in times of crisis. What that means is if there's a crisis, I can pull my FEMA card. I can use it if I need to gain access. Normally just travel access to the affected area, let's say. Is that an area that I need to get through to get my family to safety? Possibly. I never know. If there's a roadblock, can I still get through when others can't? It's highly likely if I use my certification and format it differently. So what I did is on one of my body armor carriers, this one, I'll have affixed here my ID cards, okay? And I just dropped the little lanyard thing that holds it on here. I took it off so I could show you the cards. Now, this one is a double, you can buy these online. It'll have a long lanyard that goes around your neck so you can wear it like this. I don't like to wear it because when you run or walk, it bounces on you, and also somebody could pull it. It has a release tension type of connector, so if somebody pulls it, it's just going to pop off. It's not going to pull you with it. So they do that for the tactical advantage of wearing an ID card with a lanyard. You don't want one that's fixed in the back, so when somebody pulls your ID, they pull you with it. You want it to pop loose, and you don't want that to be some element you give somebody an advantage over you with. But this holds your ID cards. You can flip it over. It's another spot to hold another ID card. You can hang it from the top this way if you like. You can carry it from this way. It's got two different areas. When you put your IDs inside something like this, it makes you look official. Just this holder is going to make somebody look more official than just taking your ID out. Secondly, with what the FEMA gave me authorization to do as a volunteer, actually to act in times of crisis as a emergency management professional, I made my own ID card. They don't give you an ID card, but what I basically did is I miniaturized my certificate. Their insignia is on my certificate. All I'm doing is using that as a mini certificate, and I made an ID with my picture on it. It has the course code that's on my certificate. It has the date I completed it, and it has the institute that I took the course through, Emergency Management Institute. Nothing on this ID that I made is false information. Everything is the correct information. If I needed to back this ID up with something, I pull my certificate out. That's all I do. Now, have I used this before? Yes, I've had to use it before. I own a Firewatch safety company. We do Firewatch services all over the state of Georgia and some South Carolina. So if there's a roadblock and they say, hey, I need to see your ID, I got my cards on my vest. If I'm wearing my vest, That's one thing. They'll look at me and just, what agency you're with? I'll say U.S. Fire Agency. That's my company. They'll, oh, okay, you're good. If I don't have my vest, I normally take this off and keep in my bag that has all my other credentials and my tools in, my little go bag. I always wear it all the time. I carry it with me everywhere. It's like a man bag. That's basically what it is. This will also be in there when I'm not using that vest. So, and I have 2 copies of this. So I keep 2 ID cards like this with that, and I keep an ID card on my vest so I can move stuff around from different vest or outfit or uniform to different uniform. So when I show this, bam, guess what? They're going to read all this stuff. The first thing they're going to see is this and my face. This they're not going to read. They don't care. They're going to see this in the right container affixed to my neck, and they're going to say, you can get through. Now, I'm not saying this to say you can use this to do whatever you want. No, you got to follow the laws. You still got to do the rules. You still got to be respectful, truthful, honest, everything. That's why it says in red, volunteer. It doesn't say employee. It doesn't say zone manager. No, you have to use it in the context that you have the certification in. Times of crisis. But when you're prepping, what are you prepping for? Times of crises. Yes? Okay, I'm glad we agree. So, this can be used in times of crisis. If there's a national emergency, you got your ID. I'm not going to say or guarantee that it's going to get you through a roadblock, but just think about it. Everything works by identification. Watch all the movies. What do? Flash the ID. Boom. What you need? All my information's here. What you need? Let me through. If they don't let you through, they don't let you through. But boom, this is my ID. You're good. Go. That's typically what happens. So don't take it as Major says, if I get this fake ID, it's not a fake ID. It's based off of my certifications. It's based off of what FEMA said I can operate in the capacity of. You can also take these courses yourself. Go to the website. Go to the Emergency Management Institute. Look up the courses. Find a basic emergency responder course. Take it. Take that. All right. See what it allows you to do. And then if you need to make an ID card to prove that's you, because you can't wear your certificate like this on your neck. You can't walk around like that. That don't work. All right. So you got to have an ID card that miniaturizes your certificate. That's all you do. Take a course. You can also go to the Texas Engineering Institute Extension Service. I'm sorry, Texas Engineering Extension Service. They have the FEMA courses and Homeland Security stuff too. Take one of those courses. It might take you a couple of hours to do it online. If you got to pay for it, pay for it. It can be critical that you have this to be able to move around. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what time it is. I'm gonna exit this video, but look, like this video, subscribe. Put a comment below if you have any questions. You can also go to my website, safetycomplianceagency.com. No, I'm not a federal institution or anything. That's a private website. It's one of my websites, safetycomplianceagency.com. You can take my Firewatch Safety Agent training course, become a certified Firewatch agent, and then if you need an ID made, miniaturize your certificate, you can make it yourself. But if you need me to make one, I'm going to charge you for it. You can miniaturize that certificate, have somebody reduce it, put your picture on there. You're a certified Firewatch agent with an ID. That could help you in times of crises. It helps us. That's how me and my employees and my subcontractors move around and get authorizations to go inside of certain buildings and certain things where we're supposed to be. We show our IDs and they just let us in because that's what IDs do. That's what they're for. So if you like this video, you think it'll help you, boom, drop a comment. I reply to all comments. If it's 2 of them, I reply. If there's 100, I reply. If you're interested in the farming co-op, like my last video, you're interested, you want to invest, you want some resources for your family, bug out location, you need another location to be at that is supplied with everything you need to hang out for a while, or you just want to come camp out, kick it with Major, leave a comment below. Maybe you want to travel in, boom, you got an RV or something, yo, call me, we'll hook up. You can come out to the site, hang out, ride some four-wheelers, have some fun. We're going to be growing food, we're going to be developing the farm, so on and so forth. But a lot of activities coming up. I'm planning a basic survival boot camp. If you never camped out, if you never slept outside in a tent, if you never went foraging for wild food, or you know, some of the wild food we'll already have prepared, because we know in just 3 days you can't do everything. But if you want to get involved with some gaining more experience and knowledge of how to do without stuff, come out to the farm. Hit me below in the comments. Drop a comment, hit the like, hit the subscribe. It's getting the message out there. Boom, this video done went too long again. Damn, 20 minutes. All right, listen, I'm out of here. I got to go get this cardio workout in. Have a great day, everybody. Always, always, always watch your six at all times. This is Major signing out for another kind of cool video. Peace.